Hello, everyone. I'm here to talk about something that's often misunderstood in our world today, the grind. You hear people talk about working hard, achieving dreams, chasing success. But here's the thing, the real grind. It's quiet. It's private. It's relentless. We live in a culture that loves noise. We want to show the world what we're doing, what we're up to, what we've achieved. But the truth is, real growth doesn't come from the applause, the likes, or the validation of others. It comes from the hours spent when no one is watching, when no one is cheering you on. It comes from the quiet moments of self-discipline, the times when you're pushing yourself when you feel like quitting. Grind in silence. That's the message. The world doesn't need to see every single step. The world doesn't need to hear about every hurdle, every struggle. But you need to do the work. Let's be honest, it's tempting to seek recognition. We're all human after all, we crave acknowledgement. But success, the kind that sticks, doesn't need to shout. It's built on actions, on grit, and on consistency, even when there's no spotlight on you. The grind in silence is not about avoiding support or rejecting help. It's about focusing on your mission, your goals, and your commitment to them without needing to constantly announce it to the world. The world will see your results, but your work speaks for itself. Now, I want to leave you with 6 key takeaways that will keep you grounded and focused on the grind in silence. Embrace the long road. Success is rarely instant. In a world of instant gratification, we often forget that the most rewarding achievements are not those that come quickly, but those that are earned over time. The truth is, the long road is where the real growth happens. It's easy to get caught up in the excitement of the shortcut, the hack, the quick win. We see people on social media flaunting their success, and it's tempting to think that they've found a faster way, a way to skip the struggle. But here's the reality, there is no substitute for hard work and time. When you embrace the long road, you're choosing to honor the process, you're choosing to invest in yourself, to put in the hours, the effort, and the consistency that is needed to build something meaningful. It might take longer than you anticipated, and it may be filled with moments where you question if you're even on the right path. But these moments are part of the journey, they're part of the refining process. The long road is where you truly discover what you're made of. It's easy to work hard for a few days or a few weeks, but when you keep going, when the excitement fades and the energy begins to wane, that's where your character is tested. It's in these moments that you learn perseverance, patience, and resilience, the qualities that will serve you not just in this journey, but in every challenge that comes your way in life. It's also important to recognize that the long road is not just about achieving the end goal, but about the person you become along the way. The skills, habits, and mental toughness you develop on this path will become the foundation for future success. Every setback, every failure, and every small victory is shaping you, teaching you lessons that you wouldn't learn otherwise. Embracing the long road means you're not just focused on what's at the finish line, but you're appreciating each step of the journey. It's about understanding that real progress is not always linear. There will be days when you take 2 steps forward and 1 step back. But that 1 step back doesn't mean you're losing. It's part of the process of growth. So embrace it. Trust that the road is long for a reason. The experiences you gain and the wisdom you acquire along the way are what will make your success worth having. Keep moving forward, no matter how slow or difficult it may seem at times. The long road is the one that leads to something real, lasting, and truly rewarding. But trust the process. One of the most challenging aspects of pursuing any goal or dream is the waiting game, the waiting for results, the waiting for validation, and often the feeling that nothing is happening even though you're putting in the effort. But this is exactly. Don't wait for permission. One of the most powerful actions you can take in your journey to success is to stop waiting for permission. Too often we hold ourselves back thinking we need approval from others, whether it's from a boss, a mentor, or society at large, before we can take action. But the truth is, your dreams are yours to pursue, and no one else can give you the authority to go after them. Waiting for permission is rooted in the fear of judgment or failure. We want reassurance that we're on the right track, that what we're doing is acceptable, or that it's the right time. But here's the reality: there will never be a perfect time. There's no magical moment when everything aligns. If you're constantly waiting for the green light from someone else, you might be waiting forever. I think about the trailblazers, the entrepreneurs, innovators, and visionaries who've changed the world. They didn't wait for approval. They took the leap. They started with what they had, and they trusted themselves. They acted even when there were doubts, even when the world said maybe not, yet they understood that waiting for permission only delays progress and can rob you of opportunities. Waiting for permission also means waiting for someone to tell you that you're ready. But you're already ready. The only thing that's standing in your way is the belief that you need someone else's approval to act. You have the ability, the creativity, and the drive to take initiative. The time to start is now, with whatever resources you have at your disposal. If you want to create something meaningful in this world, you have to take ownership of your actions. You have to be the decision maker. You are the one who determines what success looks like for you, not anyone else. The moment you stop waiting for someone to tell you it's okay to go after what you want is the moment you unlock your true potential. This doesn't mean you should disregard advice or guidance from those who have walked the path before you. Seek counsel, learn from others, but remember, the decision is yours. You are the captain of your ship. And the sooner you take that control, the sooner you'll see momentum build. So stop asking for permission. Trust that if you feel compelled to act, there's a reason. Stop seeking external validation and start validating yourself through your actions. Own your journey, step into your power, and take bold, confident action. You don't need anyone's approval to go after what you want. You already have everything you need to begin. The world is waiting for you to show up and do the work, so take that first step and focus on what you can control. In any journey toward success, it's easy to get distracted by the things outside your control. We live in a world filled with uncertainty, unexpected challenges, and external factors that can derail our progress. But the key to maintaining forward momentum, especially in the grind, is to focus on what you can control. Here's the truth: you can't control the economy, other people's actions, the weather, or how the world responds to your work. The moment you realize this is the moment you stop wasting energy on things that are out of your hands. Instead, you shift your focus to the areas where you do have power, where your actions can truly make a difference. The first thing you can control is your mindset, your thoughts, your attitude, your internal dialogue. These are within your grasp. No matter the external circumstances, you get to decide how you respond. Will you approach a setback with resilience or let it defeat you? Will you find the opportunity in adversity, or will you succumb to frustration? You get to choose. Your mindset is the lens through which you experience life, and it directly influences the actions you take. Next, you have control over your actions. This is where the grind really comes into play. You can't control whether or not someone else is going to support your ideas or if your work will be instantly recognized. But you can control how much effort you put in. You control how consistently you show up, how much time and energy you dedicate to your goals, and how hard you're willing to work day after day. The results will follow because of what you've chosen to invest in. Another area you control is your habits. It's easy to talk about goals, but it's your habits that ultimately shape your success. Focus on building habits that move you toward your goals, even if those steps feel small. Consistency is key, and the daily routines you create will determine whether you succeed or not. Will you prioritize your work today, even if it's inconvenient? Will you take care of your health, even when you feel tired? Will you stick to your plan, even when the initial excitement fades? These choices are within your control, and they compound over time. You can also control your response to challenges. Life is full of obstacles, it's inevitable, but you can control how you navigate them. Will you see a setback as an insurmountable roadblock, or will you treat it as an opportunity to learn, grow, and adapt? The best performers don't avoid challenges, they embrace them, they develop resilience and adapt to the circumstances. When you focus on how to respond to difficulty rather than how to avoid it, you build strength and mental toughness that will carry you through the hardest times. Finally, you can control the people you surround yourself with. While you can't control others, you have the power to choose who you let into your circle. Are you surrounding yourself with people who inspire you, who support your growth, who challenge you to be better? Or are you allowing negativity, toxic attitudes, or complacency to dictate your environment? Choose carefully who you spend your time with, because these people can influence your mindset, your motivation, and your success. In sum, when you focus on what you can control, you regain your power. Instead of wasting energy on the things you can't influence, you start putting your resources into the areas where your effort matters. When you make the conscious choice to focus on your mindset, actions, habits, responses to challenges, and the people you surround yourself with, you create an environment for success. The world may throw curveballs your way, but your ability to control how you react and what you focus on will always remain in your hands. In the grind, this focus is everything. Control what you can, let go of what you can't, and keep pushing forward. Build a quiet momentum. Momentum is one of the most powerful forces you can harness on your path to success. But here's the thing, true momentum isn't loud, flashy, or instant. It's not about the big announcements or the dramatic breakthroughs you see on social media. Real momentum is built in the quiet, consistent moments when no one is watching, when the world isn't applauding you. It's the compound effect of small, repeated actions that over time gain strength and speed. Building quiet momentum means showing up every day, even when it doesn't feel like anything is happening. It's about staying the course, even when the results aren't immediate, when there's no instant feedback, and when no one is cheering you on. You don't need instant validation to know that what you're doing matters. Every small step you take, no matter how insignificant it seems, is adding to the momentum that will eventually propel you forward. The key to building momentum is consistency. Consistency is the secret ingredient that turns effort into results. It's easy to get excited about starting something new, but the real challenge comes in continuing to show up day after day. The progress might be small at first, almost imperceptible, but that's the point. When you focus on consistency, you're laying the foundation for something bigger that will eventually gain its own momentum. Think about it like pushing a boulder uphill. At first, it feels like nothing is happening. You push and the boulder doesn't move, but you don't stop. You keep pushing, you keep making progress, even when it feels futile. Eventually, the boulder starts to move, slowly at first, but with each push, it gains momentum. The more you push, the easier it gets, and before you know it, you're not struggling to push it up the hill anymore. The boulder is rolling on its own, and you're no longer the one putting in all the effort. The momentum you've built is doing the work for you. Momentum is a snowball. It starts small and slow, but as you continue to roll it forward, it picks up speed and size. The actions you take today may not seem like they matter, but they're adding to the bigger picture. Each email you send, every hour you dedicate to improving your craft, every decision you make to stay focused at all, contributes to that quiet build-up. And one day, without warning, you'll look back and realize you've created something massive, something that's driving you forward on its own. The beauty of quiet momentum is that it's sustainable. You don't need constant high-energy efforts or dramatic shifts to build it. It's about steady, unwavering progress. It's about keeping your head down and doing the work day in and day out, regardless of whether anyone notices. As you do, you'll find that the momentum begins to carry you. It's the power of small actions compounded over time that can eventually create massive results. So how do you build that quiet momentum? It starts with habit formation. Focus on creating habits that support your long-term goals, and then do them consistently even when you don't feel like it. The consistency itself becomes a force, and soon you'll find that the habit is so ingrained that you're working toward your goals automatically. The initial struggle becomes effortless and the results begin to snowball. Another crucial part of building quiet momentum is patience. You have to trust that the work you're putting in today, even when it feels invisible, is contributing to something greater. It might take weeks, months, or even years to see the full impact of your efforts, but know that every little bit is adding up. Be patient with yourself and stay committed to the process. Quiet momentum also means staying focused on the long game. Don't get distracted by short-term wins or the need for immediate results. Instead, focus on the daily process. Build your momentum quietly and steadily and let it carry you towards success. The louder, more dramatic moments will come eventually, but they will be the result of all the quiet, behind-the-scenes work you put in. Remember, momentum doesn't always announce itself in bold ways. It's the steady, quiet progress that compounds and leads to breakthroughs. By focusing on the small, daily actions and staying consistent, you will build a momentum so strong that it will eventually drive you toward your goals faster than you ever expected. Stay patient, stay persistent, and above all, keep moving forward, no matter how quietly. Let your results speak for you. In a world that constantly demands attention and validation, it's easy to fall into the trap of needing to prove yourself at every turn. The pressure to showcase your hustle, broadcast your progress, and gain approval can be overwhelming. But here's a powerful truth: you don't need to announce your success to the world. Let your results speak for you. In the beginning stages of any pursuit, it's tempting to seek recognition. We want to be seen, we want to be noticed, and we want others to know how hard we're working. This desire for validation can sometimes cloud our judgment and distract us from the real work. But when you focus on the process and commit to excellence, your results will naturally start to shine. Results are the true reflection of your effort, your commitment, and your ability. And they don't need any introduction, they speak for themselves. And think about some of the most successful people or organizations you admire. Do they constantly announce their achievements, or do their results make the statement for them? The best leaders, the highest performers, and the most respected experts let their work do the talking. They don't waste time explaining or defending their progress because their outcomes are undeniable. Their results create a ripple effect, drawing attention, respect, and admiration without them ever having to seek it out. This doesn't mean that recognition or feedback isn't important. It absolutely is, but when you focus on letting your results speak for you, you put your energy into what truly matters: delivering value, honing your skills, and achieving your goals. The moment you stop needing to be seen is the moment your work takes on a life of its own. The truth is, results are louder than words. When you achieve something great, people will notice. They will see the impact of your work, the quality of what you've created, and the consistency with which you've performed. You don't need to shout about it or over-explain it. The results will validate you in a way that no amount of self-promotion can. People will naturally respect and admire the outcomes you deliver, whether it's a successful project, a breakthrough idea, or simply the way you show up day after day with unwavering dedication. Letting your results speak for you also frees you from the need for external validation. You don't have to seek approval from others if your work speaks for itself. It gives you the confidence to keep going without the need for constant reassurance. This quiet confidence allows you to stay focused on your craft, knowing that the impact of your efforts will eventually be recognized by the right people at the right time. Another key benefit of letting your results speak for you is that it keeps you grounded in the long-term vision. It's easy to get distracted by immediate praise or success, but when you focus on the end goal and allow your results to naturally unfold, you remain in control of your journey. You're not chasing validation or accolades, you're chasing progress, excellence, and meaningful outcomes. Let the results come as a natural byproduct of the effort you've put in. This mindset also applies to setbacks and failures. When things don't go as planned, don't feel the need to justify yourself or explain the reasons behind the failure. Instead, focus on using that experience to adjust, learn, and improve. Let your future successes be the story that tells others you learned from mistakes and came out stronger. Your results will demonstrate your ability to overcome obstacles and persist. In the end, actions always speak louder than words. By dedicating yourself to delivering excellent results, you no longer have to chase after recognition. It will come on its own. When you stop trying to prove your worth, your work will prove it for you. Trust the process, focus on the work, and let your results do the talking. They will tell the world everything it needs to know about who you are and what you're capable of achieving.